From Peoria, Videomax Limited presents Midstate Magazine with your hosts, Jonna Bond and Kira Elliott. State of the Arts with Davida Jackson. Award-winning news with Elise Escaronli and Starlina Trainer. And the Midstate Reporters. The Sportin' Life with Charlie Marlowe. Street Team with Emily Morrow and Teresa Philbin. Our man with the movies is Bob Maher. And Food for Thought with Lanika Jackson. And Jacqueline Heineman takes us about town. Now, from Studio One at Bradley University in America's friendliest city, Midstate Magazine with your hosts, Jonna Bond and Kira Elliott.
Hey there, I'm Jonna Bond.
And I'm Kira Elliott.
Welcome to Midstate Magazine. Kira, you don't look too good.
You know, I was pretty bad last night. I was coughing all night long, and
You'll
I
get
still
over
kind of a little bit of a head cold, but
it's that time of year, though. I mean, gosh. It's
know,
cold outside. The weather's
sick.
going up and down. It's 70, it's 40, it's 70.
Everybody in the dorms are suffering right now.
Well, I know.
It's horrible.
God, they're turning the heat on and they're turning the heat I don't know. My bills are going up and down, too, at my house.
I know. It's awful, but, you know, it'll pass, you know, once we get a little bit more steady.
Yeah, it's not going to be that long. You know what I used to do when I was sick?
What'd you do?
My mom used to put me on the brat diet.
No name calling, John. I'm really not in the mood today.
It's bananas, rice, applesauce, and toast. It's bland food, gives you the nutrients that you need. But you know what? Speaking of food, food's coming up. Why don't we check out what's up with food with Teresa Philbin.
When you're looking for good atmosphere, good wine, and first-rate service, the choice is clear. The Grill in Fulton is the place to be. Now, deciding what to order on the menu, on the other hand, is food for thought.
The Grill in Fulton is a fine dining restaurant serving up American-style steaks and seafood. I decided to go with their famous sea bass. It's just too bad I couldn't taste their excellent wine.
What makes the Grill stand above the rest in Peoria, I think, is certainly the wine list. We have the only Wine Spectator award-winning list in Central Illinois. Terrific service and wonderful food.
The location isn't too shabby either.
It's a great location. It's right downtown, right across from the Civic Center. We do a lot of symphony and other events.
This position in the heart of Peoria is apparent in the type of people they serve.
We're, you know, kind of a key place for business and financial leaders, political leaders here in the city, and we're also a kind of a special occasion restaurant. Our proximity to the Civic Center helps a lot for kind of special occasion event stuff.
These aren't the only things that set the Grill in Fulton apart.
I think the pride in the kitchen. Everybody back there anyway takes real pride in their food and tries to put out the best quality it can.
That pride is, without a doubt, shown in their food. There's a variety of choices on the menu to satisfy any craving you may have. But if you're worried about time, don't be. It all depends on you.
If you want to come in for lunch and have a quick business lunch, we can be in and out easily in 45 minutes. For a nice, long, leisurely kind of romantic dinner, folks sometimes spend 3 or 4 hours with us.
Now that sounds good to me. By the way, have I mentioned how good the food is?
Wow, these crusted onions are great. All I need now is a romantic dinner date. Well, this is Teresa Philbin with Food for Thought. Back to you, Jonna and Kira.
I think all that food looked really good. Did any of that look good to you?
No.
Well,
But
I mean,
this banana's actually hitting the spot. It's
see,
so
doesn't
good.
that make sense? The bananas, rice, applesauce, and toast.
Why those 4 foods? It doesn't make any sense to me.
They're really bland, and then, you know, bananas got the protein, and I don't know if I should, but
It'll be
you
fine.
just have a cold. Whatever.
Oh, well.
Whatever. But while we're finishing up our banana, let's just go ahead and take a look at State of the Arts. You got to be careful. This is nothing you can be doing right now. But let's see Davida Jackson.
Hey everyone, and welcome to State of the Arts. I'm your host, Davida Jackson, and with me today is a beautiful young lady, Melody Legg, who will be performing the Scottish Highland dancing. so much, and we'll be back with the PSA.
Waiting in line to get a government form is really old hat. But you don't have to wait in line, because now the government is officially online at firstgov.gov. It's easy and secure to print out the same Social Security form you're waiting in line for. Buy surplus government property, get tax forms, and more.
Pinky, we're out of here.
Firstgov.gov. The waiting is over.
And we're back with my very special guest. All my guests are special, Melody Legg. And before you go on, that was not Irish dancing you were seeing, because it kind of reminded me of Titanic with the whole, your shoes, the ballet shoes, and when she stood up, and you remember that part, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And
yes.
the whole Irish dancing when they do the whole, that's not what this is.
No.
So my audience knows this
Yes.
is Scottish dancing.
Yes.
I loved it very much. But we were talking earlier, there's kind of the rivalry between the Irish and Scottish, kind of.
Yeah, just kind of. It's a friendly rivalry, I guess.
Based on history and everything
just on
like
history,
that.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because the dance that you did was Scottish Highland dancing.
Mm-hmm.
And what's the history of the dance?
Basically, it was done basically by men. And now if you look in competitions, though, it's basically done by women. And it was done as more of an athletic thing and for war. The dance that I did today was a victory. They would do it on a shield in the field of the war, or where the war was on the field, and it was a victory dance, essentially.
I saw you did some hand movements. You did this.
Yeah, that is, Highland dancing is showing, it's supposed to be portraying the deer pirouetting throughout the Highlands of Scotland. And that is supposed to be the antlers of the deer. So I am portraying a deer. Okay. Essentially, yes.
And we already talked, your father is from Scotland.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
With the war, so did he do some of that dancing?
Yes, he was in the Black Watch, which is a army over there. He was a dancer and a bagpiper and a soldier.
So in Scotland, the men do still do Scottish dancing?
Yeah, they do. If you go over there for the competitions, men do it all the time.
Men do it all the time?
Yeah, but in America, in Canada, it's more women.
Okay,
yeah.
And you have this lovely purple outfit on, and I love to explain, what's going on here with the kilt. I thought you were going to wear a green kilt, but they do come in many different colors,
yes,
right?
they do come in different tartans and different colors. The competition, girls usually wear more of the checker, the straight checkered, but there are ones that are more intricate and not just such a certain pattern. And this is the vest that dancers will wear also.
Now, do they mean anything? It's so pretty. So
no,
beautiful.
it's just a nice velvet vest.
Nice velvet.
Or you can wear a jacket, but
and put your leg out, your sexy little leg.
This is the hose, and these are the shoes. They're called gillies or pumps.
They're called gillies or pumps.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay, and how long have you been dancing?
For 14 or 15 years, since I was 5.
Since you were 5.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wow, you got the whole little feet thing and everything down. Is there any more dances? History of any more of the dances that you've done?
There's a sword dance, and you cross the swords, and you dance over them and around them, and that's supposed to be before the war and or the battle on the field. And if you hit the sword, you'd probably essentially die the next day, they thought.
Wow.
If you don't hit the sword, then you just fight like hell and hope you don't die.
Hope you don't die. That's a great way to think about it. So most of the dances do have something to do with war.
Yes. Well, some of them, now there's other ones that they did for women that don't have to do with war, just for the women can do it, and it's a different outfit completely.
Is it love dance? Love dance is like...
no, it's just more feminine, not so masculine as the Highland dances are. They're called the national dances.
Okay.
And they're more feminine, and it's more of a skirt, and it's got this,
frilly.
Yeah, it's very flowy and very feminine, yes.
And you compete also, right?
Yes, I have been competing since I was 8.
Okay, and there's competitions going on in Central Illinois and around Peoria, right?
No, the closest one to Central Illinois would be Springfield, which is Central Illinois, St. Louis, Chicago, Quad Cities, and then recently I drove 16 hours to Maxville, Ontario, Canada.
Dedicated.
For one competition, and they're all in Canada, and around here it's just during the summer, but there's ones out in California.
So you're in a band too? We'll talk about that real quick.
Yeah, I am in a band, and it's Celtic Cross Pipes and Drums. We practice, it's an open practice every Thursday nights at St. Paul's Episcopal Church on War Memorial.
War Memorial.
And you're more than welcome to stop by.
All right, I will be there to learn more about her culture and her Scottish dancing. And we're going to kick you back to John and Kira.
Wow, that was great.
I thought that
loved
was awesome.
it.
She was a good interview.
She was great.
Yeah, you're looking a lot better.
Yeah, I'm still feeling a little bit woozy, but you know, I think that banana really helped me.
See?
It settled everything, and
Yeah.
I'm not hungry anymore because I was like basically starving myself.
Yeah, that's true.
I couldn't run a marathon or anything, but.
I don't think I could ever run a marathon. But that's no secret to anybody.
Let's check out Emily Morrow on Street Team.
Secrets. Do you have secrets? I have secrets. Bowling secrets. Hi, I'm Emily Morrow, and I'm at the Landmark Bowling Lanes, and tonight I'm gonna ask people what their bowling secrets are. Let's rock and bowl! So tell me, what's your bowling secret?
Just go crazy on them, you know, just mess around.
Good shoes. Got to have good lane shoes.
So do you own your own shoes?
Oh, absolutely not. I get the shoes with the bright laces.
Aim straight and go for the arrows.
I am sitting here with my bowling team, the Spare Bears, and I'm going to ask them what their bowling secret is. Girls, tell them all about it.
Well, you know what to do.
1, 2, 3. Spare Bear stare!
Balls. It's all about the balls.
Do like people always get cheese sticks, and does that help their game?
You know what? I would almost think so because everybody orders like at least potato skins.
So you say potato skins equals strike. What equals spare?
Probably deluxe nachos.
People disclosed a lot of secrets, but one secret seemed to be popping up a little bit more than the rest.
Drink about a 6-pack. Well, we like to drink a lot of beers before and during bowling to keep us really primed for the lanes.
Lots of practice and a lot of this.
I seem like that if I can't, you know, get at least a little bit drunk, my ball goes like in both gutters, but after I get halfway drunk, then my ball goes straight.
But there was one secret that seemed a little
Should we tell her?
nuttier than the rest.
Let's just show her.
Now I thought I'd let you in on my little bowling secret, and it's all about the mantra. I'm the best bowler in the world, and I am going to get a strike! For Street Team, I'm Emily Morrow. Back to you, John and Kira.
You know, that's a pretty relaxing thing to do, is bowling.
Yeah, I mean, I love to bowl. I'm not so good. You're not sounding so well, Jonna. Are you okay?
Yeah, you know, same old, same old. Yeah, I don't know, but bowling's a good thing to do in your community, but here's some other stuff that might be fun in the community. Jerry Seinfeld is at the Civic Center at 7 p.m. and 9:30 on the 21st of November. Tickets are on sale now for $45, $60, and $75.
Strange Science Show on the 29th of November at 12:30 p.m. at the Lakeview Museum of Arts and Sciences. You can reach them at 309-686-7000.
And the Nutcracker is at the Peoria Civic Center on December 13th at 7:30 and December 14th at 2 p.m. You can reach them at 309-690-7990. And apparently some Bradley singers are going to be in the Nutcracker, so that's going to be pretty cool.
Gives you a little bit more incentive to go and see them at the Nutcracker, and Jonna and I are actually talking about going.
I would go. I couldn't be in it or anything.
Let's see what happened in Peoria with Elise Escaronley and Starlina Trainer in the news.
Yeah.
Hello and welcome to Midstate News. I'm Elise Escaronley.
And I'm Starlina Trainer.
Bradley's annual Day of Dialogue, an open forum designed to encourage communication across campus, returned last week with a few changes from last year. Most notably, the theater department added a series of vignettes to the program. The short skits offered participants a foundation to base their discussions on. With over 300 students participating, the award-winning program brought minority issues to the forefront again this year. 29 underage Bradley students received a collective $10,000 in fines this Halloween. Illinois State Police, as a part of Operation Campus Tap, used an off-campus party as the first stop in a 6-month project aimed at curbing underage drinking on college campuses around the state. State, Peoria, and Bradley police worked together to break up the party and write the citations, though no one at the event was arrested. The task force also plans on targeting local bars known to serve underage patrons and liquor stores who fail to ID customers.
An additional 80 people across the country received court papers this week from the record industry. Of the 204 people contacted about their illegal music file sharing, all but these 80 reached out of court settlements with the industry. Settlements include agreeing to destroy all reproductions of downloaded music and fees ranging from $2,500 to $7,000. While odds remain low that any particular personal computer will be targeted from the nearly 10 million believed to be involved in file swapping, the record industry will continue to issue lawsuits. September 11th affected the entire country, each citizen experiencing it on an individual level.
One survivor of the attacks uses his experience to touch students close to home. Midstate's John Burkholder spoke with Sujo John.
Even though the terrorist attacks of 9/11 happened nearly 1,000 miles away from Peoria, someone who experienced the event firsthand came here to talk about it. He visited the campus of Bradley University on October 18th to talk to students about the courage it took to leave a building that was ready to collapse, and also his strong faith that keeps him going today. Sujo John had just immigrated to America from India in February of 2001. He wanted to find and fulfill the American dream. Just months later, he found himself thrust in the middle of the largest attack on U.S. soil.
You know, when I came down those floors, 81 floors, and then even when I was trapped in the debris of the building, I was thinking about my wife, who worked on the other towers, 71st floor, pregnant then with our boy. So I was thinking that, you know, maybe she's not going to make it out. Until 12:45 in the afternoon, I thought she was dead. She thought I was dead, but she was delayed by 5 minutes and didn't come into the building, and that's what saved her life.
Though Sujo came to Bradley not even to discuss this incident, but to talk about his particular religious beliefs. He's now become a preacher of sorts, going to college campuses and churches discussing his Christian ideas.
And I thought I was going to die, and that's my story, and that's what I challenge people with. When death stares at your face, what's going to stare right back at your face is where you're going to go and spend your eternity.
Sujo certainly has a story from 9/11 that not many other people do. Reporting for Midstate Magazine, I'm John Burkholder.
Anti-drug activists raised their voices recently in response to a Toys R Us commercial. The spot features the company's mascot, Jeffrey the Giraffe, inadvertently inhaling helium after promoting a sale from a hot air balloon. Activists say the commercial promotes inhaling drugs. The group was flooded with complaints from parents, teachers, and health officials. Toys R Us has pulled the commercials from rotation and doesn't plan on reintroducing them.
In Senate news this week, a resolution passed with a vote of 32-1 to honor recently deceased Professor Kalman Goldberg. The economics professor had taught at Bradley for over 50 years, positioning himself as a staple in the Foster College of Business Administration. Also at the meeting, 2 Senate seats remain open. One seat represents Williams Hall and the other St. James. Interested students should apply in Sisson Room 339. The Honda Motor Company recently issued a massive recall of over 600,000 vehicles. The SUVs, minivans, and sedans all showed a defect that caused them to roll away even while in park. To date, the National Highway Safety Administration has recorded 4 injuries, 28 crashes, and 169 complaints about the defect. Caused by wear on the ignition, officials blame the flaw in at least 1 multi-vehicle crash. Honda owners are encouraged to use the parking brake until the defect is repaired.
And this week's Oddly Enough, one New York commuter refused to part with his cell phone. 41-year-old Edwin Gallard rode the Metro North train home, only to drop his cell phone in the train's toilet. One man's mishap turned into thousands of commuters' concern when the trains were delayed across the city. Trains couldn't stop at surrounding stations due to the backup. Rescuers eventually removed Gallard's hand from the toilet, but failed to retrieve his cell phone. A spokesman for Metro North placed the toilet's repair bills in the thousands of dollars. In the studio this week, Elise talks with a local athlete. Elise?
Thanks, Star. With us today we have figure skater and Bradley sophomore Katie Lee. Thank you so much for being here today with us in the studio. So you're a figure skater.
Yes.
Obviously, you've been doing this for a long time.
I have, since I was 4 years old.
How did you even start in the sport?
Well, I grew up in Minnesota, and the winters there are so long and so cold and so snowy. So my mother signed me up for Learn to Skate classes, just as a fun wintertime activity. And the better I got, the more I wanted to do it, and within a few years, I was training 5 or 6 days a week.
When did you decide, okay, this is what I want to do, I want to start training, I'm very serious about this? What made you finally just make that decision to do it?
I think I would have to say about 11 or 12 years old. The first time that I competed at the regional championships. It was huge competition, skaters from 7 states in the Midwest, and it was the first time I'd ever made it there. But I made final round, and I skated really well, and it was just very encouraging to be included among the best skaters in the region. And I saw that I could hold my own with them, and I wanted to see if I could top them the next time around.
Now, have you had the same coach throughout the whole thing, or how?
I have not. I've changed coaches here and there. Sometimes you'll hit a plateau with one coach and need to make a change in order to progress.
Right.
So that's what I did a couple years ago in coming to Peoria. And there was a coach here I wanted to work with, and I actually still live with my coach and her husband and just commute to campus every day.
Well, great. Well, right now we actually have some footage of Katie performing and figure skating. Let's take a look, and then afterwards we'll talk to you more about it.
Okay.
That was amazing.
Thank you.
I didn't know that somebody could jump that awesome. I mean, you see it on TV, but I've never met somebody that can actually do, you know, a double axel or anything like that. But what is your training schedule like? I mean, we obviously just saw how awesome you skate, and it's just like you must practice a lot. How?
I do, and it is difficult to balance with classes. I'm on the ice 5 or 6 days a week, between 2 and 3 hours a day, depending on the time of year and what I have coming up. So I also train off ice. I try to rollerblade or go running a lot on my weekends just to stay active.
Right. Have you had any injuries?
I do have problems with tendonitis in my knees. I've had a few back problems, but overall I've been pretty lucky.
Do you choreograph your own routines?
Actually, I work with a choreographer. I work with Philip Mills, who's based out of California, and he put together my programs this year. My long program is to the music from Sunset Boulevard, and my short program this year is to the soundtrack from The American President.
That sounds fun. Now, at the end of the day, when you've had a rough day skating and just, you know, felt like crying, what makes you want to go back and skate again the next day?
Just overall the love for the sport. It's something that I've done my whole life, and I wouldn't know who I am without it. Just the wind in my face and the feeling you get when you've done your best in front of thousands of people.
Okay, well, great. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you.
Back to you, Star.
That's all we have for Midstate News. Now back to John and Kira.
Wasn't that wonderful? That was absolutely fabulous. I could never do something like that.
I couldn't even imagine doing something like that.
You know,
right
I'm
now.
really sorry that you got sick, honey. I didn't mean for you to get sick.
That's fine. That's probably when I had a bite of your banana or something.
Well, you were hungry. It was worth it. You have to prioritize, you know. But anyway, I used to sit around in my pajamas and watch a movie. So here's Bob Marr with a movie review. Stay tuned.
Like a good idea. That sounds like a really good.
Hey everyone, welcome to Get Real. This week's film is One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest starring Jack Nicholson. This film won the top 5 Academy Awards in 1975 and to me embodies the true American spirit. Let's take a look. Jack Nicholson stars in this marvelous story as Randall McMurphy, a convict sent to an institution to determine his mental state. McMurphy is thrown in with a wonderfully original group of characters, all struggling with their own personal dilemmas. Being a natural rebel, McMurphy tries to show them that there is more to life than medication and therapy.
Koufax kicks. He delivers. It's up the middle. It's a base hit. Richardson is rounding first. He's going for second. The ball's in the deep right center. Davison over in the corner. Cut the ball off. Here comes the throw. Richardson rounding first. He goes into second. He slides. He's in there. He's safe. It's a double. He's in there, Martini. Look at Richardson. He's on second base. Koufax is in big trouble. Big trouble, baby. All right. Here's Tresh as the next batter. Tresh looks in. Koufax. Koufax gets a sign from Roseboro. He kicks once, he pumps, he fires. It's a strike. Koufax's curveball is snapping off like a firecracker. All right, here he comes with the next pitch. Tresh swings. It's a long fly ball. The Eagle left center.
Jesus, I mean, you guys do nothing but complain about how you can't stand it in this place here, and then you haven't got the guts just to walk out? I mean, what do you think you are, for Christ's sake? Crazy or something? Well, you're not. You're not. You're no crazier than the average out walking around on the streets, and that's it.
What makes this movie so wonderful are the characters. Besides the fact that the supporting cast is played by an all-star team of young actors such as Danny DeVito and Christopher Lloyd, every character in the movie is memorable. And while Jack Nicholson may own every scene in the movie, the film would not be what it is without the neurotic group of inmates that follow him around. Well, that's it for this week. I'll be back next time with Dustin Hoffman in The Graduate. Back to you, John and Kira.
Wow, I didn't even know that.
Well, I'm feeling better, and I guess that's
what's important.
That is what's important, I suppose. Yeah. I really am sorry that you got sick, but
it'll be a day.
That's it for the show today. I'm Kira Elliott.
And I'm Jonna Bond.
And coming up are some clips. Stay tuned.
Goodbye.
See ya.
It's the funny stuff happening from Midstate, isn't it?
Let's rock and roll!
Because it kind of reminded me of Titanic with the whole, your shoes are the ballet shoes, and when she stood up, and you know, you remember that part, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And the whole Irish dancing when they do the whole that's not what this is. No.
Every character in the movie is memorable.
I have secrets. Bowling secrets.
Wow, these crusted onions are great. All I need now is a romantic dinner date.
Edwin Gallard rode the Metro North train home, only to drop his cell phone in the train's toilet.
We'll talk to you more about it.
Okay.
Well, that's it for this week.
For Midstate News, now back to John and Kira.